Hey planty people, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Sonia and this is Majestical Plants. Today I want to talk to you about something that I really love. My Hoyas. Right here. We are here in my greenhouse and I want to talk about what makes Hoya a Hoya. Have you ever asked yourself that question? Tendril right on my face. Yes. So I want to talk to you about my Hoyas and what makes them so special and why do I collect so many of them. If you see my videos, I have approximately 400 Hoyas. Let me just give you a panorama of my greenhouse. Yes. So what makes a Hoya? But this video is going to be a little different porque quiero hablar un poquito español. I am bilingual, as many of you might have catched, and sometimes hablo español y hablo inglés. It just comes and goes. So I want to be more like myself, hablando de plantas. Okay, so let's talk about my beautiful Hoyas. Hoya belongs to the Opposinaceae family. Yes, the same as the string of hearts. Sí, aunque no se parecen mucho, son primas. The family is known for plants that sprawl, trail, or climb, and for having milky sap. Hoyas also have that thick latex-like sap when you cut a stem or a leaf, which kind of makes sense when you think about the way they grow. What makes a Hoya a Hoya? For starters, those thick, waxy leaves. Some are veiny, some are fuzzy, and some are super smooth. And then the flowers. They're tiny, in perfect clusters, and sometimes they smell divine and some do not. Hoyas can trail, they can climb, or they can sprawl and tangle with their neighbors. They're kind of dramatic sometimes. Some like to hug the pots, others want to just escape and go everywhere. Let's talk about nectar. Some Hoyas, like the carrii for example, they drop a lot of nectar. And if you have not tried it, I can guarantee that they are very sweet. I have a few Hoyas that are in bloom, and I have my spoon. We're going to try this together. This is my Carnosa heirloom, and she is in bloom at the moment. There are 3 peduncles, 2 that are about to open anytime soon, but we have 1 that is opened. Yesterday, I was able to see her nectar. Today, I don't see any. Let's see if we can find another one that is blooming and that might have some nectar, so we can try it together. Here, I found another one. This is the Davis cup, and I'm gonna try and give you a close-up of the nectar. Can you see the droplets? Those are the ones we're gonna collect and try. Here we go. You see those 2 droplets? So here's my 2 droplets. Here we go. Delicious. They really do taste like honey. No wonder they get pollinated by bees and moths and ants. It is very sweet. If you have not tried one, I guarantee you, you will like the flavor. This one that is developing is the Patchic subquintipenervis, classified. We will try her next. Let's talk about the water needs and the leaf thickness. Leaf textures also affect water needs. For example, thinner leaf Hoyas like my RHM014 or my Hoya Bella need a bit more water. But the thick ones like the Carnosa or the RH014 or even the Carrii, estos son muy suculentos. They hold water longer and prefer to dry out a bit between watering. Hoyas can climb, trail, and hang. They're very social too, often intertwining with their neighbors. Sometimes they need support to keep pushing out new leaves, like when you give them a moss or even a trellis. Y si los dejas colgar, se ven hermosas también. Now let me share some of my favorite large leaf Hoyas. The Ovovata, for example. She is so fun. Ovovata leaves are shaped like spatulas, wide and round towards the end. They also blush pink when sunstressed. Un espectáculo. Oh, and we cannot forget about the area roots. Hoyas love to throw out these little roots along the stem when the air is humid. Esas raíces no se quedan quietas. Se estiran poquito a poco como buscando su camino. They help anchor the plant if it's climbing and can absorb moisture from the air. A veces crecen un montón cuando el ambiente está ideal. This particular Hoya Ovovata that you're looking at is very, very special to me. She was my first online purchase, and boy was I scared. I had never purchased a plant online, and I thought and I prayed that I wasn't being scammed. But she arrived, and she has bloomed, and she is spectacular. She is big, round, and super satisfying to look at, especially with those splashes on her. Next, the AH049, large and in charge. How could you not love and smile at this beauty here? He is stunning. I showcased this beauty in my video, Hoyas That Make Me Smile. I'll make sure I link the video below. Hoya variegated. Long, narrow leaf with creamy margins. It gives off a gentle movement vibe when it grows long and trails. Now let's talk about my Hoya Susie. This one's not the same as the Crimson Queen. Aunque sí se parece un poquito, they are different. Tiene variegación más impredecible. Sometimes you'll get splash of pink, otras veces blanco, y cambia mucho dependiendo de la luz. What I love about this Susie is that she is full and grows wildly. She's a trailing beauty, not in a hanging pot, but kind of doing her own thing across the shelf. She's got the crinkle 8 look, but with a variation. And I love how she adds a touch of brightness wherever I place her. The growth is steady, and the stem tends to sprout out instead of climbing. And the Hoya Fu is one of those plants que se ve bien rústica, almost prehistoric. It's got that wild, tough vibe. Las hojas tienen una textura como terciopelo seco, kind of like suede feel, but rougher. Lo que me encanta de esta joya es que no está aquí para verse cute. She's here to look like she's survived the Jurassic era and is still thriving. Calistophylla is seriously one of the most stunning Hoyas I own. Las Venas. Oh my goodness, those veins are so bold, like someone traced them with a Sharpie. It's dramatic but elegant at the same time. Y las hojas son gruesas, bien firmes, like a crunchy kind of thick. Because of that, I let this one dry out bastante entre riegos. It does well in bright light, and when it's happy, the growth just takes off. It also grows aerial roots pretty fast. She commands attention. The foliage is just like artwork. Deep green veins, dramatic across, lighter green leaves. You would think someone just sat down and carefully traced every single line. They look perfect. It's hard to believe they're even real. La famosa fishbone Hoya. Polyina is more delicate y bien diferente. The leaves are thin, long, and they have that fishbone pattern, like a leaf with a skeleton. It's definitely thirstier que otras joyas. Like, si te pasas y la dejas secar demasiado, it'll let you know quickly. I usually water this one just before it's fully dried. Sus hojas parecen pequeños peces nadando en el aire. Muy bonita. La Hoya Corazón. Carry eye is so popular, but I feel like mucha gente no conoce bien la Hoya. Yes, it's cute and heart-shaped, but the full plant is thick, slow, and stubborn. Muy testaruda. Las hojas son súper gruesas, como suculenta casi, so they store a lot of water. I water this one menos frecuente. It can handle sun neglect. It hasn't bloomed for me yet, but people say when it does, el nectar se derrama mucho, like it drips, and it's sweet, literally nectar. Not all Hoyas are this messy. And the Flores. This is where Hoyas really stand out. They don't just flower, they perform. Like little stars or umbrellas or perfect wax sculptures. Some are tiny and delicate, some are chunky and fuzzy, como la Tamsoni, que tiene flores con vellitos. So cute. And others are glossy, como la de porcelana. And the smell. Algunas huelen riquísimo, sweet and floral. Y otras, bueno, let's just say interesting. My Hoya Rotusa, for example, has bloomed so many times, and the flowers are small, but they smell light and fresh. Nada overwhelming. And this is the Hoya Pendera. And look at this. She's about to bloom. I've never seen her flowers in person before, so I'm keeping a close eye on her. Her leaves are thick, dark, and kind of petal-shaped. Super striking. I read that the blooms are yellowish and fragrant, so fingers crossed. I can't wait to see her flores. That's one of my favorite parts of growing Hoyas, witnessing the whole process. The hojas are long and elegant, and when the light hits them just right, they have this soft shimmer. Es una belleza discreta pero especial. This one is my Hoya RHM014, and I'll be honest, she is so underrated. The foliage has this leathery texture, almost suede-like, and the shape is somewhere between oval and teardrop. She really started growing once I moved her closer to the Verena lights. Ya está creciendo mucho mejor. Honestly, I wasn't sure about her at first, pero ahora que está creciendo tan bonita, I'm excited to see what she does next. And the doi tongue, if that's how you pronounce it. Her leaves are brown and a little thick, and honestly, ¿será que tiene pelitos? I'm not too sure, pero se siente un poquito diferente al tacto. There's just something special about her. Una presencia tranquila, almost grounding. I love this one so much that I actually have 3. Sí, 3. That should tell you everything. It's one of those plants you keep looking at because there's just something about her. Una presencia tranquila y especial. She hasn't bloomed for me yet, but I have seen her flowers on the internet. They are so cute. They are light pink with deeper pink centers. Last one for today, the Hoya Cassipolata Splash. And she is a stunner. The veining is dramatic, especially when the splashy pattern catches the light. Tiene un color y una textura que se siente viva, like she's bringing a bonus to the shelf without even being too flashy. And when you look at the foliage up close, it's like nature painted each leaf by hand. Breathtaking. She has a beautiful splashy look, bien llamativa, and the texture is a little different from the rest of my Hoyas. She's a fast grower for me, especially in bright indirect light. I notice her leaves get more splashy when she's a little sun-stressed. What I love about this one is how she kind of surprises you. Al principio no parece tan especial, but then you look closely and you realize, wow, there's so much more going on. Definitely one of those Hoyas that grow on you. And last but not least, my Hoya Tamsoni. She's got this fuzzy, soft texture to her. Es como acariciar a una hoja de terciopelo. Hoya Tamsoni might not be flashy or super popular, but it's one of those plants that just feel good to have around. It's soft, compact, kind of fuzzy and cozy. And while it might not be the fastest grower, when it blooms, you get these adorable fuzzy white flowers with maroon center. They're not dramatic, but they are super charming. And that's it, planty people. We've looked at thick leaves, long vines, busy tendrils, fuzzy foliage, dripping nectar, y todo lo que hace una Hoya una Hoya. They're wild, they're weird, and they are beautiful. Y en este video, I really wanted to show you my voice and how I experience these plants. And honestly, this is why I collect Hoyas. Every single one has something special, something different. And that's how I ended up with, just a little over 400 of them. Oh my goodness. If you are also obsessed with Hoya like I am, or you might just know someone who is starting out, let me know in the comments. What is your favorite Hoya? ¿O cuál te gustaría tener? Do you go for big leaves? Or those tiny dainty vines? Or maybe the flowers? And if you love seeing new plant finds, you won't want to miss my next video. Here's a little sneak peek. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Si te gustó este video, no olvides darle un like and share it with another planty person. My name is Sonia and this is Majestical Plants. Nos veremos en la próxima. Have a blessed day.